Going on, everybody? It's Falcons Daily on a Wednesday, a little later than we hope to be today. I am CG Craig Green, your host, and we are back with more here on Fan Arch. And appreciate all of you guys chiming in each and every day and clicking subscribe, and also making sure those notifications are on to make sure you don't forget any of our videos. Appreciate all of y'all doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Parker Romo, we're going to start right off the bat with talking about kicking and the kickers and the whole kicking situation. Parker Romo is on the Falcons practice squad. He's coming in now to challenge Younghoe Koo and Lenny Krieg to, I don't know, motivate them, push them, whatever, maybe outright win the job for himself. I think that's what he is looking for. And that's what the Falcons are trying to do, trying to drum up some competition here. Maybe get the best out of Koo, the best out of Krieg, or the best out of whichever kicker is left standing in this, in that three-way competition. So any chance that Parker Romo is going to beat out Younghoe Koo in practice or Lenny Krieg? I don't think so. I think it's going to be, again, just more of a challenge, more of a good workout for him to put something on tape for another team. That way, if they need one in a pinch, they can rely on Parker Romo. But the Falcons, I think looks like they're going to go ahead and roll with Koo and Krieg going forward. But we'll see. I mean, Krieg still hung around as an international player, even though he did not beat out Koo for the kicking job. So I don't know. We'll see about Parker Romo, if he can or he can't. Again, Tom Pelissero had a little bit more on Parker Romo yesterday, and he's an NFL insider. So Pelissero had to say of him, he said Parker Romo was in camp with the Patriots. He was one of several kickers who worked out this morning for the Falcons. A list that also included Zane Gonzalez, Michael Badgley, and Ben Sauls. So, yep, you see some of the names out there already. Zane Gonzalez, Michael Badgley, those are some names that you may recognize if you watch enough football. Those are I wouldn't call them old kickers, but they're getting older. I wouldn't say they're up there like a Dustin Hopkins or somebody. But again, time remains to be time will tell. Things remain to be seen how well Koo, Krieg, and Parker Romo do kicking all against each other. I really don't care who the kicker is. I would like Koo to stay behind and be with us, but if it's not him, I won't be severely heartbroken either. So looking here at topic number 2, which is Pro Football Focus grades for the Falcons draft picks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Real quick, we'll go over them for you. Billy Bowman had a grade of 60 right now, a grade of 60. So that's not going to really get it done. I mean, it's an all right grade, I would say, for Bowman. He did have a half a sack in the game and was doing some pretty good things. James Pierce, 59.4. Jalen Walker, 55.9. But the star of the day really was Xavier Watts, 72.8 grade from Pro Football Focus. He did a lot of good things for the Falcons out there that day. We did have one time where looked like Dan Quinn had his mouth out. He was trying to go for an interception or something, but excuse me, not Dan Quinn. I don't know where I got Dan Quinn from. Excuse me, but anyway, Watts, Bowman, they've had their hands on. I think they were around the football quite often on Sunday, and things are looking up with those rookies on the field. That much I can tell you. That is for certain. Another question I'm kind of wondering here is what happens if Drake London is unable to play? What if Darnell Mooney can't play on Sunday against the Vikings? What about Odell Beckham Jr.? Any chance he would land in Atlanta on a temporary deal, something to get us through the year and see how we operate and see how we do things, and quite possibly even help push us towards getting maybe one of those Super Bowl rings we've been wanting to get. So we'll see. Odell Beckham has been, he was in the league last year, didn't do much at all when it came to playing and everything like that. So I think I would take a flyer on him, especially if the deal is right. I'm looking at Beckham's numbers here. I mean, he the last time he suited up was for the Baltimore Ravens, and that was last season. So unless he's officially retired, which I haven't seen yet, he's still got some juice in the tank. Might as well bring him in and see what he can do. Maybe get a quick workout or so, and perhaps a sneaky option for fantasy football if he can bring Odell Beckham Jr. to the Falcons, of all people. All right, now looking at comments here, rising up, sounding off in the comments. I want to see everybody doing it. We've got, let's see, there's one comment right here on this is from Preston Hill 2860. What is your opinion on the thinking that the Bucks figured out the run game by seeing where Charlie Warner set up to key on the running game? Not enough run blocking for the backs. What do you think? That's also very possible. I didn't go back and watch any all 22, but wherever the tight end's going, it's typically the strong side, and they may overload the strong side just to push him back or whatever. But Charlie Warner is a guy who can do a little bit of everything. He'll be a blocking tight end. He'll be like a blocking fullback. He can catch the ball some, but I don't know. I would say that's a really good question about where Charlie Warner would be. Do the Bucks run that way? Do the same on the left and then run it to the right? It's very possible they could do that. I mean, they're also a combined 385 pounds of hard muscle. Also, let's see, another question here. Let's see. Let's see. Bad take because of defense. This is from Troy the Drummer Boy. Bad take because the defense had a lot of pressure and pass knockdowns and held them to less points than last year. The defense stopped the Bucks twice in a row on the first two drives, and what did our offense do? Nothing in the couple drives. After the touchdown, it was bad predictable offense play calls. There we go with play calling again. Yeah, because we should have been up by 2 possessions, and then we don't even have to think about the defense having to stop Baker on their last drive. Well, yeah, I mean, pressure is great. Pressure is great, but you know what's better than pressure? Sacks. We had a lot of pressure, okay? We had one damn sack on the day. And because of that, that extends drives. That puts points on the board for the Buccaneers. That's why I talk about bringing the quarterback to the ground and tackling him right there where he stands. You have to. Again, the defense stopped the Bucks twice in a row on the first two drives. That's the first two drives. That doesn't really play that much of a factor into the ballgame. The thing that everyone's upset about is Koo missing the kick and blaming him for the loss, right? My whole thing is that, okay, you can do that. Let's look in the exact same hour that happened. What was going on before then? But again, when he said something about bad predictable play calling, again, not sure on that one. I've never seen a play call name. I didn't know what the Buccaneers were running to know whether it was a good play call or bad play call. Again, we just see results of the plays to know whether or not it works. Let's see. The defense stopped the Bucks twice in a row on the first two drives, and what did our offense do? Nothing in the couple drives after the touchdown. Yeah, I mean, there was a lull. That's absolutely correct that there was definitely a lull. It would be nice if we scored more often and more frequently, but I mean, it's the NFL. It's kind of how that part kind of goes. But, I'll just follow this up with this. Before Koo missed the kick, who was on the field? Which unit? The offense. And before that, it was defense. Again, and just like I asked the other day, if Koo wouldn't have to take that kick if ... The defense or offense would have got to stop and finish the game right there and where they stand it. And I think that's the problem, is that they couldn't do it. And again, it's just easy to blame Younghoe Koo because he's one guy. But again, the whole, I think that some of it is we get so passionate about winning that we look to play the blame game a little bit. But instead, it should be more about, fixing and rectifying and then moving forward. But that's what the Falcons are going to try to do after losing yesterday to the Bucks. They're going to try to rectify the situation and get a W here sometime this week. All right, y'all, we're going to call it good for today. Everybody leave something in the comments for me there. Rise up, sound off in the comments. Really appreciate it. If you want to give FanArch a follow, they're at FanArchCo in the top left corner, FANARCHCO. I'm at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. You can find me there. And we'll be back tomorrow again on the show. Breaking down some key topics regarding Sunday night's ball game. Until then, I'm CG. We'll see you tomorrow with more Falcons Daily.